sense though that this team is maybe using what happened last week maybe as motivation or to fuel you guys this week to say, hey, we can't play like that again, we can't let that happen again?
Well, definitely. Everything in the past is motivation. And you always have to use the past and learn from the past. And it's important to learn the past. I'm a big fan of history. My girlfriend gives me a hard time that sometimes I'll be sitting there watching World War II in color, and she's like, I'm falling asleep, and or I'm watching a documentary or something. But I really do. I enjoy history because you can learn a lot from history. And you don't want to repeat the past, but you can also take things from the past and learn for the future, whether it's good or bad. And so I think, that being said, I think we can learn a lot of things from Georgia State. But it's important to remember, and not just in football, but in life, you got to focus on what's up next. You got to focus on the present, because if you keep dwelling in the past, then you're going to repeat the past. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to learn from the past, lock and clear, and do our job to prepare for this game, the present, and do our job today at practice and take it one play at a time. And that's all we can do. And I think the guys have got a great mentality and a great mindset to do that.
For you specifically, Ryan, what do you learn from last week? What do you take away from last week to help you? I mean, I understand that it's do your job every time, but what do you specifically take away from last week for your game for this week?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's some things I can improve on. I think I play all right. I think there's some things that I can improve on. But really what I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to help everybody else. I've been in positions before like this. I've been here. This is my 4th year, so I've seen a lot. And so really what I'm trying to do is help the other guys stay steady, stay calm, and just do their job, because the game of football is an ebb and flow. There's ups, there's downs, and the guys that can stay right here through all of that, the highs and the lows, and they can just stay right in the middle, are the guys that will be successful. And so I'm just trying to help the guys do the best that they can do and just keep pushing forward. And I think a lot of guys have been following some of the seniors and following the older guys and making sure that they're doing the things that they can do to improve. And so I think that's the most important thing to take away from that, is just learn from it but move on.
As you guys reviewed your performance as an offensive line, what bugged you from Saturday as a group?
Well, going back to execution, I think there was just some execution things that needed to be done, but that was just in general. I think the program we need to execute better. And like I said, I got to give credit to Georgia State. They did a good job and they game planned well. And I think we just need to come out this week and we need to execute better. We need to do our job, and we just need to focus on our job. I don't worry about what we need to do, what we did bad. I just let the coaches tell us what we need to do, and that's their job.
What were the things you felt like you guys didn't execute?
I think there's a bunch of different things that we need to improve on. And again, that's the coach's job to worry about that. I think we just need to prepare for BYU and let the coaches lead us in the direction that they need to lead us, and they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job helping us improve. Coach Friend, Coach Cheney, Coach Pruitt have all been very helpful and been very encouraging and helping us be the best players that we possibly can be.
BYU's coming off a pretty disappointing performance in its own against its arch rival. What does that do for the stakes of this game when you have two teams kind of wanting to erase what happened a week ago?
Can you repeat that question?
BYU's coming off a pretty disappointing performance as well, losing to Utah big. I mean, what does it do for the stakes in this game when you have two teams kind of coming off tough losses like this?
We don't try to focus on that. We really just try to focus on doing our job. The game of football is about you. It's about your team. And a wise man once told me, when you're preparing for a football game, you should be preparing for yourself. And what I mean by that is you should focus on you. You shouldn't focus on the other team. And not to say that you shouldn't study the other team, but you should focus on doing the best you can. You can't let external factors, you can't let other things get in the way, because in reality it's about you. It's about doing your job, and that's all you can do. You can't worry about other things. You can't worry about all the other things in life, and that's a life thing, really. I mean, you control what you can control. God's going to control everything else, and so you just have to control what you control and know that you're not the one that's in charge. You're the one that can do everything you can do, and that's all you have to do every day. You wake up and do the best that you can do, and that's enough.
Who was the wise man?
The wise man. Well, there was a couple of them. I kind of paraphrased there. But my offensive line coach in high school was one of them. And Jason Matthews, he played in the league for, I think it was 12 years. He played for the Titans and for the Colts. And then now he's at BA. He's actually coaching running backs now. But he's also the admissions director. And then another one, Coach Pruitt, has said that a lot. He's got a lot of those. And like I said, I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but there's a couple people that have told me that. And then I guess the last one, my dad, he told me one of those, and he always said, don't do the loser's dance. And what I mean by that is don't freak out. You control what you can control, and if you keep a calm head and you keep a cool mind, and you just keep doing what you're going to do, and a lot of times everything will work itself out. Because if you freak out, you've already lost.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.